And we're live. Painkiller Already, episode 406, with our guest, Asterios.
And tonight we have a very special guest, friend of the Dick Show, Asterios Kokonos. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. Hello. Okay, I have a quick question. Do you have any listeners who don't vape? Is this a 100%? Do you think there's like one guy who's maybe on the Juul? Do you consider Juul vaping? Discuss.
What? Discuss. I like the CNN talking head approach. Well, frankly, I'll use my 15 seconds to say that, first of all, I don't. Well, no, hold on, Taylor. You are going to let me.
Why wouldn't
I want a
Yeah,
Juul
no,
so bad. I don't know what it is.
You need an A-Bay.
Yeah, you
What?
need an A-Bay. It's better than a Juul. You
Okay.
smoke nicotine salts out of it instead of like vaping
Nicotine
juice.
salts.
Now I don't know what that means, but I've heard it, so it must.
It's
exist.
like bath salts, but with nicotine.
Does it turn
That's
you
what
into a
that guy
face-eating zombie?
You salt anything, that's good. What wakes you up if you're in a coma? Smelling salts. What?
I can tell you love salt because your water retention's on point.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Before we started recording, I don't know if it was Taylor or Kyle who said, Asterios, you really look like you're on the downturn. And I was like, oh, great. Out of the two turns you could make, I get the worst turn, the down. I'm on the upturn, baby. What?
See, now, one, we're already recording, and
God damn it!
and two, when on downturn, I was meaning weight. Like your weight was beginning to go
You've had
down.
5 minutes to think about this. Don't start with me. That's not what I look like.
Well,
I
if you
know
want me to
what
tell
turn I
you
look
you're
like
a
I'm
fat
on.
person, I will.
God damn it. I can't win with this.
This must be a wide-angle lens you're using.
It is. It looks like I'm looking at you through a fisheye. Yeah.
Ah,
Or like a
This is what-
panoramic view,
isn't
like
that
you get
same
Lord of the
lens?
Rings.
damn it.
Yeah,
How
use that
much
same
longer
lens
is
that
in
real
this
estate
interview?
agents use to make the
Oh, God.
3 hours, 56 minutes.
No, what? He sued me. He sued my employer. He sued the lawyer at my employer. He sued Dick. He sued Dick's business partners. He sued Dick's business. He sued a 22-year-old kid out in Nebraska named Tab Burt, who did a parody character named Mad Cucks. He sued Patreon, and he sued the customer service representative at Patreon, who was unlucky enough to be the guy that had to field Maddox's emails. He sues all of us for 16 causes of action, like reliance and trademark infringement and defamation and intentional infliction of butthurt. Just like a bunch of... And then, of course, after he sues me and my employer's lawyer, 4 days later in Adweek, the largest advertising periodical there is, there's an article that's like, Asterios Kokonos made a violent and harassing album. It's called Cuckmas Carols. It's adorable. Listen to the album. But if it's not, but look at this. Oh, look at this.
Another trip to Kinko's.
Hold on. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Look, this is a porg that's me. His name is Porg Asterios Porkonos. How is this violent and hateful? You know how many porgs I have around me right now? This is Chunk. This is Dr. Pepper.
What?
This
How many
is
toys do
caffeine.
you have?
Wait, these are
And
porks?
this is Flappy.
Pork.
I'm a family man, PKA. And I would never, ever create violent, hateful content.
You know what?
I'm
The funny,
a man.
you never explained like how you made Cucksmas carols. Like you did it over the course of like one night, didn't you? Where you're like,
Yes,
I'm gonna be up all night
yeah.
recording Cucksmas carols because it's got to beat Adele in Luxembourg. You know?
Yeah, that did happen.
Then this fan of, I suppose, Eminem found Machine Gun Kelly somewhere at a bar or something, and with his cell phone rolling, went up and called him a pussy, and basically started trying to basically berated him, just call him lots of names. And he's trying, of course, to bait Machine Gun Kelly into hitting him, and then he's going to get sued civilly. So Machine Gun Kelly did the smart thing if you're a celebrity,
Yeah?
but you can't get punked. He had his boys beat the shit out of him.
I like
The
this
next
move.
clip you see,
I like this
the dude's
move.
beating the fuck up, like one eye's swollen shut, his head's all swollen, black and blue, and he wasn't a small guy. It was some real
Wait,
justice
Eminem?
served.
Yes.
Eminem.
No.
I just. Oh.
Okay. The guy played Eminem's song to Machine Gun Kelly, who had his henchmen beat him up. And that is brilliant. That is great. That is the way it should go, because you can't just walk up to Machine Gun Kelly and dishonor him. No.
The Machine Gun Kelly, a guy I heard about a week ago.
Yeah. 10 days. 10 days. Yeah. You can't just go up to him and disrespect him and diss him and act like he's your bitch, because why? You think he can't hurt you because he has too much money? Because he's too successful? There are no penalties for being too successful. You're allowed to be successful. So have your henchmen take care of this. And brilliant, Machine Gun Kelly. I tip my fedora to you.
You guys are talking about this guy like he's a poor innocent victim. His name is Machine Gun. You're asking for trouble if you go out and you say your name is Machine Gun. And what did you say? He has henchmen?
Yes.
Good guys don't have henchmen. That's a bad guy thing. My God. And he just winked at me. He just winked at me. My God, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, I like that too. I didn't catch the henchman comment. You didn't say posse. You said he's sick, like he's the penguin. He sicked his henchmen on him.
Why not just say goons?
I love it. I love it.
Blackwater Associates on him.
I don't think you should be able to go up and punk people like that and just be like, I can't touch me. You know, provided your feelings aren't easily hurt, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hire henchmen, clearly.
I mean, it would be easier if everyone had a henchman, right? Just one person.
Not if you're an asshole.
That would be total chaos. It'd be like Pokemon, where you'd be like, henchman, defend me, and they'd be like, henchman, defend me. Like, use right hook. You know, you're ordering.
Oh no, I have a fire henchman and you have a water henchman.
See, this is the best argument for importing refugees I've ever heard.
Okay.
Everyone gets a henchman.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question. And now, tell me if someone walks up to you and says this, is it okay to fight them? What if they walk up to you and they go, "Hey, fuck you, pal"?
Yes. Clearly you should hit
good.
them. Go on.
Yes, of course. But what if they actually did this? They said, "Hey, fuck you, pal." What if their son is named Fuck, and they want to know if you are friends with their son, Fuck? Because when you're a crazy person, like it sounds like the three of you might be, you might see everything as a reason to fight, which is why we don't escalate things.
See, Woody is resisting the urge to punch his computer right now to try and get
I
it.
don't live in your computer. I don't. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, but you're probably not too far away. Woody could hop on his paramotor, zoot over there.
My God.
Well,
You guys have some really ghoulish topics on this show. I just want to bring that up. You're like, first up first, 2 people attack a stranger on the train. Next, someone tricks 150 people into having secretly videotaped sex. And now what's this? Another person got hurt. Let's dissect it. What are you guys going to talk about next? Female genital mutilation?
That was last
We talked about that last week.
We had strong opinions on female genital mutilation. Most of us are against it.
My God, Jesus
I am
Christ.
for a
Who
very
the hell picks the
specific.
stories? The fucking crypt keeper? What are you three doing?
Dude, I can't believe
I
you
am
weren't here
for a
last.
very specific kind of female genital mutilation.
Now I gotta hear hot takes on this.
Well, first of all,
3 other cis dude. Oh no!
first of all, if the labia are too big,
Oh,
you gotta get out the
God,
shears.
I gotta
All right?
I'm taking a break from
What a
this.
pussy!
Oh, oh God!
Talks too much.
but
for this
see-
guy? What?
Kyle's
Tell me what he's done.
I really thought you'd
explaining
roll with these
vagina.
punches, Asterios.
Oh.
You gotta de-hood the clit, Spirit.
Asterios, have you heard of big dick energy?
Sorry, I was just taking a big dick dump. Yes, I've heard of big dick energy. I've been told I have it. I've been told I don't have a big dick, but I've been told I have the energy of one. And I'll take it.
Yeah, big dick energy is awesome. Everyone should work on their own big dick aura.
That's just called confidence, right? You know, that's just called going in with
you say
confidence.
tomato, I
And
say
No,
tomato.
not anymore. Confidence is a boring word. Big dick energy is hilarious.
Yes!
I think in this,
I like the way it pops. You don't, Kyle. You know what? You're exhibiting a profound lack of big dick energy right now by not hopping on board with this trend.
This is a very flaccid response.
It's absolutely a flaccid response. Thank you, Asterios. We need you to harden up.
Exactly. Firm up your position on this.
Yeah. I want
Stand
a
tall,
turgid,
Kyle.
veiny response. But my grandpa used to do little pranks with us, and he took my younger brother out once hunting. You know, they're going squirrel hunting. He was teaching my younger brother how to use a gun, and I think my brother's probably 5 or so, like really young. And they're walking around in the woods with the 22, looking. My grandpa had it, not my brother. And they're walking around, and he goes, "Hey, you see that right there? You see that squirrel up there? Look at that feller. What's he doing? What's he doing up there? What do you think he's doing?" And my brother was like, "I think he's looking for nuts and seeds, and he will hide them into, you know, whatever kids do." And while he was looking at him, my grandpa had stood up slightly behind him and aimed and blew this chipmunk or squirrel's head clean off. Like, just it exploded. And my grandpa did his like, as my brother's like,
Oh, that's great.
he was weeping about it. What else did he do? He did that again with a snake, but that didn't scare him as much because he wanted the snake dead. He made me stand out there when I was like 6, where he's like, "I'm going to show you how we skin a coon." And I was like, "That sounds pretty dope. I'm 7. And so he tied the coon up with its tail around a low-hanging branch, and then took like his knife and cut around the tail, around the asshole region.
Yeah.
And I was like, even as a kid, I'm like, I wonder how do you get the skin off? Do you have to like slowly peel in strips or something? And as I was thinking that, he puts his hands like up into like the asshole area and just does a and in one fell swoop, you just hear like a sickening tear as all the skin separates, and then it's just a totally skinned raccoon with all of its inside out skin hanging over its little raccoon hands. And like as a little kid, I was like, wow. Like I think that's when I realized I too could die. Where I'm like, I look probably similar to that thing. All I'm just someone who hasn't been tied up by my grandfather and tore an asshole inside out yet. So
But the night's still young.
All right, I have one more ad. And while I'm doing that, think about this, gentlemen. Objects around the house that in a pinch, perhaps when you were a younger man, or maybe last week, you never know with this girl, that you fucked. Objects around the house that you fucked. Maybe you stuck your dick in the couch cushions. Maybe you fucked between the mattress and the box spring with a little, maybe take a sponge, get a little plastic bag, a little lubricant in there, fold it in half, stick it between the box spring and the mattress, and you fucked it.
Wait,
just off the top
I'm
of my
sorry.
head, guessing.
Welcome to the
Maybe
show,
This is an
Asterios.
ad- This is an
Hang on.
ad you're doing? I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
So you're
that-
doing it, okay? No,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just want to make sure I'm listening. Okay.
We're advertising
What do you
Ziploc
got?
bags and hand lotion.
are you lonely? Do you have Ziploc? Do you have a microwave and a sponge? Well, use coupon code PKA to fuck lonely in your home. Use the couch. Use box strings and a mattress.
Yeah. Awesome.
Very
Well, you're
cool.
a real wild
Check it
man.
out.
We definitely enjoyed having you on the show. You're a ton of fun.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, you're hilarious, and I absolutely want to have you back soon.
Yeah,
Have me
sure.
back.
Love
Yeah.
that.
I'm unemployed. I have nothing to do.
Probably the show is exactly what you expected.
No, it's much. No, it's not. Oh my God.
Didn't Dick
There
tell
is
you?
offensive, and then there's this. I was not expecting this. I had a great
Well-
time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Very good. PKA 406.
Well, thanks for watching.